And we're back. In today's video, I'm going to show you a full tutorial on how to do my advanced combo making map. So in today's video, I'm going to go over every single mechanic in this map and teach you how to make one yourself. So stay tuned for the whole thing, and without further ado, let's get it started. All right, so let's quickly go over all of the features. You're going to spawn into the island with all of your weapons, including one remote here to switch the lights from nighttime to daytime. And I think this is a nice feature for any combo making map. You know, obviously you need your weapons to check out what kind of wrap you have and if you like it or not. Once you jump, you see that we have the air vent working, and you can redeploy your glider and land here on this platform, and you have an infinite glider so you can check out to see if you like it or not. And that's pretty much all of the features for an advanced combo making map. Now let me teach you how I did this. Let's start off with the weapons and the remote controller for the lights. First, you're gonna need a team settings and inventory device. You can search one up in the devices tab. Next, you're gonna select weapons that you want to spawn with. I'm gonna choose something randomly here. But also, the most important thing is to have a signal remote to be one of them for it to work. Next, you're just gonna simply drop it on top of it, and then you can choose whatever settings that you like. Mine, the only thing that I have that is really important is glider redeploy to be on. If you don't have that on, you're not gonna be able to use the glider platform. Anything else is just really up to you. Next, you're gonna need a signal remote manager. I have one already here copied from it, but you also need to drop one of these signal remotes on top of it, because if you don't do that, your mechanics are simply not gonna work. And the settings that you need to change: on primary activation to send it on 2, and secondary to send it to 3. This is left click, right click. On controller would be left trigger, right trigger. And the last part of this mechanic is to grab a sky dome for the nighttime cycle. You can copy my settings, but the 3 settings that you really need for this to work is the first one here, enabled during none, and the last 2 to be the same channels as previously, enable on 2 and disable on 3. Let me quickly go over here my settings. If you like to copy, these are my nighttime settings, and you can just play around and choose whatever you like best for your map. This next part is optional. This is for the HUD. I don't like anything on my screen when I'm making combos or when I'm recording videos, so I literally have every single setting turned off for this one. You don't have to. This is optional. And for the last part of this video, I'm going to teach you how to do the infinite glider, which is a question that I get asked very, very often, and I'm going to show you a step-by-step on how to do it. First, you're going to need a Mutator Zone. The only important setting that you need is a player exiting to transmit on channel 1. Everything else, you can choose whatever you like if you want the zone to be visible and stuff like that. But the only important one is that one, because this is going to activate the air vent. But here, you also need it to be enabled during no phases, because you don't want this to be active at all times. You just want it when you activate the Mutator Zone. I have the knock up first to high. And for those of you that don't know how to get an air vent, you can just simply type vent, and you're going to see here, air vent gallery. This next part is very important for that glider to be infinite. First, you're going to need to search for the dusty gallery in your galleries and open it and look for the rocket. It's at the very, very bottom, and then you can place one down. I already have one here placed. And next, you're gonna need to expand this to as big as it goes, and then once you reach that, you're gonna need to switch to height and then bring the height down to as little as it goes, and eventually it's gonna look like this. Now let's go over placements. And this is what the map looks like before you start the game. But let me show you where I place all of the devices. This is the Mutator Zone. I also changed the width, the depth, and the height so it can cover the entire area of my map. And remember, we have that setting when player exiting the zone to transmit a 1. That is because when you jump here, you can see that you're crossing that line, the green line, that the map sees as you leaving the zone, and that's gonna activate the air vent here. Let me make a copy of this that you can see that I also changed how big it is so it covers more ground on the map. So anywhere that you're standing here, if you jump, you're gonna leave that zone, and it's gonna send you up, and you're gonna redeploy into the rocket here. And let me show you that I have props to hide the rocket. Let me also make a copy of the rocket. The thing is, you're just gonna have to really find the perfect spot that only the nose of the rocket is showing, and the rest, whatever it's showing, you can just cover with props so it looks natural like this. Now let's test to see how this all works. So after starting the game, you can notice here that there is no zone, there is no air vent, everything is hidden. You have all of your weapons, and the last one of them is the remote control that if you left click, the lights turn off, and if you right click, they turn back on. So you still have your weapons, everything is invisible, but you know that pretty much this entire zone here that I'm standing on, if I jump, the air vent is gonna send me up. I can redeploy my glider and then land on top of the rocket. And I think I covered everything on this map, and I hope you found this to be very useful to make your own combo making map. And that's it for today's tutorial. I hope you find it very useful, and if you did, let me know with the like, subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one.